Good morning, everyone. Glad to be here today, August 18, Tuesday, August 18. Holy, summer's almost done. uh, it's not. I'm not too happy about that. So great to be. Actually, I'm happy in a way because I know that many ICs have been on holidays, and we've been missing their attendance. So I keep track of attendance, kind of like a school teacher. And I noticed that a lot of ICs have been away. But definitely look forward to a LaunchPad webinar today. I have obviously my co-host Amalia, and Amalia.
Yes, good morning, everyone, and welcome to today's webinar. Hopefully, you find it informative and interesting.
Yeah, just to be yeah, thank you, Amalia. And just to begin, if you can just kindly let me know if you can hear me properly. That I was experiencing a bit of technical audio issues just before we started, but if you can just let me know, if you can just put in your chat box if you can hear me, that'd be a great, amazing. Thank you, and we shall begin then our webinar today. So we'll talk about some of the latest news and articles. A lot of different things happening right now in the world of digital marketing. Also, obviously, with some changes that again Google has done last week. We kind of didn't have an official word from our side in regards to the change on the 7-pack, 3-pack, how it's going to impact local SEO. So we're going to talk a little bit about that. And sorry, I made a mistake. We're also going to talk about Moss's not well search. Sorry about the misspelling there. Moss's search engine factors report. Okay, and it's a report that was recently released. Something very good to for you to know and to have in your pocket, just as information, education, as well as perhaps even to share with your prospects and your existing clients. We also have a bit of an interesting video. Article on video. So have some. I know that a few weeks ago I touched base on YouTube and the growth of YouTube, and it seems that this is an area that as digital marketers we have to educate our clients on moving towards adding more video content. Right? With in a world where we get bombarded by text and text messages, meaning via website web pages and just text-driven content, there are other ways of sharing a story, selling a story, selling a product, selling a service, and that could be done through video. So I'll talk a little bit about that, and we'll go in depth in regards to video and the power of video for SMBs. And it's according to a study that was completed also, so it has some good foundation, good base source of information as well. Okay, so to begin, a lot of ICs were emailing us and asking us a little bit about, with the shakeup, the local snack pack, they call it, or the local pack shakeup, and what was going to happen. And there's a very very good and interesting article and pretty sound advice by the group by the team at Moss, and this was actually by one of their contributors, Jennifer Slegg, who has a very interesting article. And you know what? Just to start off the today, if you can just give me a second, I know I'm going to be sharing this link with you because, oops, sorry about that, because we're getting a lot of questions in regards to this change, which is a very important change, but it's still brand new. We don't have to really we don't have to be too alarmed about it. Obviously, it's definitely something that is going to impact results for some of our clients, and our clients may actually be asking us, you know what, I want to be part of the Google 3-pack now. When I need to be there, and again, like anything that Google changes, it goes through a testing phase. And at this stage, it's too early to really. I mean, there's going to be obviously an impact in regards to how much traffic clients may be able to lose and also gain if they're part of that 3-pack 3-pack results, specifically at a local level. Okay, so if you recall, Google had the 7-pack in favor, for many months, actually many years. I think it was like about 2 years they had it, and prior to that, it was always a 3-pack in regards to the local results, and they expanded. So it seems that now they've changed it around, very different reasons. Many could be some of the reasons that are being rumored around. It could be because obviously they want to put more emphasis on at the local level on their new home services program, which allows you to do some display advertising. Okay, and obviously. And others are saying, well, it could be a test from Google just to review what's going on and maybe switch it back in a few months. So a lot of things happening, a lot of different rumors and different interpretations of what Google has done. Many are calling it, a very, very important update that they've done, equally as important as, let's say, Pigeon or Panda. Um, so can you hear me? If you can just getting a sound here. Amalia, can you hear me?
I can hear you perfectly.
Yeah, it seems that somebody. There we go. Okay. Okay, yep. So yes, I guess somebody did lose some sound. So from our perspective at ALM, we've connected with some of the ICs that have inquired about this, and we are obviously keeping on top of this. So it's there's no need for a knee-jerk effect in regards to an SEO strategy. Definitely, there are advantages and disadvantages and opportunities. Advantages to those of your clients who are already well placed in a local setting, meaning that they're already showing up, in the previously in their in the seven pack, right? Or even if they were in the top three, top four, top five, because they have a foundation to build upon. Some of the disadvantages are for those of the potential new clients, which we will become opportunities, who have not optimized locally. And it's really going to affect a lot of the businesses, such as very local driven restaurants, plumbers, law firms, lawyers, right? Local lawyers, electricians, a lot of the home services categories, which is very local business driven, will be impacted. So it does create an opportunity. So, not to elaborate more, from our perspective, we are looking into this. It does not change our game plan in regards to our adaptive SEO strategy or even our traditional SEO strategies. And there are various reasons why, which actually, interestingly enough, Jennifer confirms these reasons on her article, and I actually posted up. I mean, she kind of goes through the different through a different analysis of the impact that this shakeup has done. But at the end of the day, everyone wants to know, okay, how do I get into the top three, right? How do I get to optimize for in the three-pack world? And at ALM, because of the fact that we focus on these four key criteria, we're pretty satisfied that if some of our clients have lost that edge on the three pack, let's say they're not showing up, we are going to fight and be competitive enough because we have a foundation to get into the three pack world. As long as we have these components that are very crucial, and pretty much Jennifer from us shares them with us. Number one, focus on organic. So this means that overall holistic approach, you want to focus on a good, solid, organic SEO, both on-site and off-site. That will help boost your rank. Plus, even if you can't make it to the top three, it will help your organic ranking. Okay. Many consultants I work with say top organic beats local ranking anyway. Okay, so keep a note of that. Yes, the shakeup may have an impact in regards to mobile traffic, because when you're in a mobile traffic, most likely, in theory, so to speak, people may actually click on the local pack results. But again, let's wait and see. But if you have a good solid SEO foundation, well rounded with both on-site and off-site, not only does it support your existing organic strategy and organic results, but it will definitely benefit your local pack results as well over time. The next thing is focus on links. Good solid backlinks are probably more important as well, obviously. In the past, some clients didn't even need to do any backlinking or etc. Just based on places optimization on site. But now I say certainly in a competitive market, backlinks are pretty key. This was obviously by one of the SEO experts that was interviewed, Mr. Bouquet, and he talks about the fact that solid backlinking, a strong link building strategy is very important. And our team at ALM is not only focusing on general directories, industry directories, but putting a little bit of a closer look into local directories as well. So that's going to be very important as well. I thought I had that's going to be very important as well, is to really focus on having a very solid link building strategy, and also focusing on some of those directories that can give you some of that juice. So it means that you have to also take care of, like, the Yelps of the world, any city directories that are relevant and also reputable, right? Doesn't mean that you're going to go after everything that's around, but you want to make sure that you're able to look for very good solid backlinks. Okay. The other one is focus on citations. Okay. Again, this is again local citations. Some market areas were before, they were not competitive enough. So even if you weren't really focusing on citations, it didn't make a significant difference. Now, above all, really making sure that you're focusing on accurate and complete citations. So we go back to the whole importance of NAP, name, address, phone number, and even if possible, cleaning up some of the directories that you have in your client, or you have inherited from your client from a previous SEO company. So definitely, it does require a little bit more focus on that. And it will be on a client to client basis, right? Doesn't mean that you have to do a whole overhaul for all of your clients, but maybe adjusting and reviewing what your clients are doing, and definitely working with your suppliers to make sure that they provide you some feedback as well. Okay. One thing that I forgot to add here that I think it will be equally as important, and the article talks about, is reviews. And we've always talked about reviews as part of a very, very strong component of local SEO. And that will continue to be a very important component. And as a matter of fact, obviously, if you're using a tool or a service like um, Customer Lobby or Reputation. Um, I forgot the other one, but there's a few of them that are part within the WSI network, and the one that is very key also to continue to little by little continue to grow is your Google Plus. I know there is a site out there. There's a group of SEO experts that say, Google Plus is dead, but my local business is not. So because there is right now there's still an integration between both, I would also recommend that you continue to encourage your clients, and this may actually get them to do and take action, is to definitely continue to get more reviews on their My Google, right, on their Google Plus page, what it was known as Google Plus page, right? So definitely reviews is going to be important. And another interesting thing that Jennifer talks about is marketing priorities. One of the SEO experts that they talked about was somebody that one of the consultants that where their client was an attorney, was spending about 6 figures on PR, and they ranked number one in their market for some pretty high value legal terms. So they have an SEO company to get the basic SEO pieces right and advise the PR program, but they're really invested in marketing. So my one piece of advice is get used to the idea of investing in marketing, not just hiring link builders. So this validates our position as WSI consultants, because our role is not just to be SEO technical experts, but really be digital marketers and create a holistic approach based on not just on what I mentioned the first point, which is the organic side, but also looking at the impact of social media, the impact of PR, right? The impact of traditional marketing, and how everything relates to your website, how else you can leverage from the different activities outside of your website to gain more traction and more branding, and obviously better traffic, etc. And all of these things will either help you get into the top 3, because it's really going to give your site more SEO authority, right? But at the same time, if you're not into the top 3, it's not the end of the world. You would definitely be able to leverage or gain traction from other areas, such as organic traffic, right? In order to continue to grow. So it's really about educating the client. So I would definitely recommend that you review this article. Take it, obviously, like anything, review it, and make sure that you take the best from it. But I found it to be, this was actually provided by our SEO team, by Darren, who's our marketing manager, and Vinish also confirmed that it was a very solid article to review. Okay, so I posted in there if you really want to go into the nitty gritty. I mean, it's a pretty lengthy article that talks about a little bit of the history, the summary of what happened, and as well some of the things that you should be looking out for in order to help your clients. So it's not the end of the world. It is a major shakeup, but like any shakeup in the past that Google has done, it's about getting up again. It's about not reacting, but proactively having a strategy in place to to get back into action with or to combat, let's say, what the Google Shake has been all about. So, anyways, wanted to share that with you because we were getting many questions in regards to this change. It is definitely something that will have a short-term impact and a long-term impact if it's not being dealt with properly, if there's no strategy in place. But at the end of the day, again, it's not the end of the world, of the SEO world. Yeah. Okay. Perfect. So moving along, I know there's some questions, and I'm going to try to answer them hopefully, but at the end of the webinar. So I'll try my best to do that. But there was another interesting article. This one actually talks about Wikipedia confirming that Google traffic is steadily dropping. Now, there's been rumors around about the decline in traffic that Google was sending Wikipedia, right? And some SEO experts have called it as a sudden, massive decline in traffic, and others, have looked at it more as a steadily drop, right? So it is true. If you look at the graph below, you can definitely tell that the traffic that's being sent from Google to Wikipedia has decreased. And obviously, Jimmy Wales, who's one of the co-founders of Wikipedia, acknowledges the fact that it is more of a long-term issue with decreasing traffic rather than a sudden drastic drop, as they were saying. So what is the impact? Well, basically, you have to also understand that Wikipedia does not thrive on clicks alone, right? Because it's not an ad revenue, right? Compared to an ad revenue driven website, from a perspective of Wikipedia, the relationship between clicks and the things we care about, which is community health and encyclopedia quality, is nothing, but it's not as direct as something. So there has been a decrease, and obviously it's the fact that Wikipedia is not compete with all of the algorithm changes that Google has done. They have also been somewhat impacted, and obviously other sites and directories like Yelp and many like Yelp have gained traction, right? And as a result, whereas Wikipedia had a very sound organic, maybe 1-2 ranking for a specific short term, for specific keywords, now these directories are taking over, and even at the local level. So Wikipedia has found that there's been a decrease in traffic being generated from Google, right? However, we will still recommend that if your client qualifies for a Wikipedia listing or a Wikipedia profile, you know, do it. I mean, it's something that will definitely help. It's something that it is organically sound, and definitely would be very can be very helpful to your client's needs. But yeah, it's not going to generate as much traffic as, let's say, 1 or 2 years ago, a Wikipedia page, a results page would do. Right now, it's totally different. They are definitely finding a decrease in traffic. Okay. Excellent. Give me a quick second here. I think I'm having so sorry. I was stuck in the first slide, and I know people were telling me about it. So here is where I'm showing the slide from Wikipedia. You can see that definitely they've been slowing down, right? They've been really steadily decreased, but it's not a drop. Okay, so again, it's due to the changes that Google has done. That has also affected how much traffic Wikipedia has generated from Google. So with that said, you know what? It's a matter of you working with your clients if it's the right fit for them to create a Wikipedia page. Okay, Amalia?
Yes, hi. Okay, so everyone, I came across this article. It's Google. So Google Mobile only is fine for our search results, so they say. Google said if you have a mobile-friendly website only, it should also rank just fine in desktop Google search results. We know since the Google Mobile-friendly update that not having a mobile-friendly website can actually hurt your rankings in the Google Mobile search results. However, the question that's sort of been coming up is, does not having a desktop-friendly website have a negative impact on your desktop rankings in Google? One of the Google's representatives, Mueller, answered this question last week in Google Hangouts, stating that you do not need a desktop-friendly website to rank well on desktop, and that as long as your mobile site renders on desktop, that you'll be fine. The representative also continued to state that you do need to make sure that the desktop users can still see some of your content. If it is formatted in a way that works best for mobile, then it's perfectly fine. You will definitely do not need a specific desktop website in addition to a mobile website. So they just came in with that clarification. Armando, did you want to add to that, or I'm hoping he can hear me here. Armando? Sorry, we've been having some technical difficulties, but this being
Yeah,
said,
can you
that's the
hear me?
current update on the. Yeah, we can now.
Yeah, I don't know. For some reason, I was talking and crazy.
Yeah, there's tech
What I,
difficulties
yeah,
today.
what I was saying was that it is a bit of an interesting comment or statement coming from Google, whereas they're saying, okay, even if you just have a mobile-only website, it's okay for a desktop. But you have to understand that, as long as it has a good user experience, and that's what's key here. And I was actually reviewing this article along with some other articles around this specific topic in this statement by Google, where you know what, if you have some mobile websites just don't render properly on the desktop, so the user experience on the desktop, if I am on the desktop, may be as valuable as if I'm on mobile. So if I'm on the desktops and let's say you only have a Google mobile a mobile website alone, it may not be the greatest. I mean, from a Google perspective, it may actually continue to provide you with good rankings or give you good thumbs up. But from an actual user experience, a user might get put off by looking at your mobile version on a desktop, right? And if your business has, let's say, only a 25% of their traffic driven from a mobile, what about the other 75%? And what is their experience? So I think that the article has to be taking in the fact that from a ranking perspective, if you only have a mobile only site, it is okay. But I still think that from a user's perspective, you should have a desktop version and a mobile version, or a very well sounded responsive web design strategy, right? So that's very important. So that's the only thing that I would I would add to this. I mean I know that the team at Google, or the rep at Google, indicated you definitely do not need a specific desktop website in addition to a mobile website. That true if you have a responsive website, right? Because the screen sizes are different. So that's my only 2 cents on this one. Amalia. Okay, we'll move on to the next
Oh,
one.
sorry. Thank you there. Yeah, thank you, Armando. Yeah, that's fantastic. Thank you for adding on to that. Yeah, so the next article I want to share with was Google's iOS app now provides content-aware conversational search. Basically, the functionality is imperfect but useful and does more than Siri can do. So Google recently updated its iOS app to bring context-aware searching to any content within search results. It actually allows the searchers to ask additional questions without formulating entirely new queries, which is pretty good. Here's how Google explains the functionality in the app description. For example, you say, "Okay, Google," and ask a question while on a web page to get a smart answers about what you're looking at. Basically, you're saying, try saying, "Okay, Google, where was he born?" while reading an article about William Shakespeare. And it'll actually pop up with the search. It's recognizing the content and subject matter of the original search or content, users can then ask ambiguous questions thereafter. For an example, let's say, for example, you search Santorini, Greece. Instead of reformulating the query and identifying that I'm interested in Santorini hotels, I can simply say, what are the best hotels? So I added a little bit of that little picture there that you can see, that you can actually see the blurb, and additional queries pop up. This allows basically for rapid succession of follow-up searches. The functionality recognizes that users can typically, trying to accomplish complex. The system knows that searchers are looking for complex multi-steps along with the original search, which could include anything from refrigerators to travel arrangements, and then the topics can continue thereafter. They said currently Siri doesn't have anything that approximates this capability, which is part of Google's longer-term movement toward an ideal of making search truly conversational, or turning search into a true virtual assistant. So this is really interesting, at least I found. Armando, did you want to add to this as well, or?
No, this one I'm not
Yeah.
really an app type of guy, so I know that
Yeah.
with their iOS, and I know that we've been getting a lot of questions about this. But in essence, as you know, this is one of Google's major initiatives. So it seems that they are trying to make it like that virtual assistant as much as possible. So that's, let's see what happens. That's my only thought on this. But thank you, Amalia. Okay, the other piece of information that I wanted to share with you was in regards to Google News. They've just recently added 7 more languages to Google News. So now, if you are, for example, if you are if you are in Google.com or any of the different the country's extensions, and you can see that they've added languages such as Romanian, Bahasa Indonesia, Bengali, Bulgarian, Latvian, Lithuanians, and Thai. So already supporting 28 languages across 45 different countries. Now Google News is expanded, which is interesting because I didn't know. I thought it was universal already, but it seems that now they're supporting 28 languages in 45 different countries. This is really good news for our international ICs, where here's an opportunity for them to capitalize on this launch. Now, according to Google, this effort will connect a potential new audience of over 260 million people. So it's a very, 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 it is important, right? It's a very important move from Google News to make this change. And obviously, it's very important that not only do they deliver the content in different languages, but also through the native Android or iOS mobile app. So it is something of new. The new languages will be released over the next few weeks, starting with Romanian. And Google says that it has to release. It also plans to release more languages during the coming months. So again, just a tidbit of information from you in regards to Google News, expanding now to 28 languages across 45 different countries. So definitely an opportunity if your client has or revolves around news content, PR pieces, etc. These can definitely be in an area where they can also expand. So wanted to share that with you. The other short piece of news before we move forward is in regards to Google mobile results have new expandable links. As a matter of fact, I'm actually showing the screenshot on the right hand side. And as you know, desktop has these site links, right? And you've always seen them in your desktop, and where you have multiple links. So, for example, these ones here above, all these in blue, and obviously that just gives you a more direct correlation that are to the specific pages or most viewed pages that are being found. For example, in this case with search engine land, right? So Google site links are the links under a search results snippet that add additional navigation links to important, after relevant pages on the website. So it also, I guess the public, they also see that obviously if you're able to have different multiple site links, it shows you as a prominent, as a very important website. So these in the past. These were only in the desktop, but now they're beginning to show on the mobile as well. Here's an example for search engine land where you have your standard search result on mobile, and then you have all of the different site links that are available. So interesting note on that, and keep an eye perhaps on your clients to see if theirs are showing up as well. But this is probably going to be rolled out in the coming weeks as well. Excellent. So I was able to actually come across this interesting article called "The Rise of Video: 8 Tips to Boost Your SEO Site's SEO with Video." Now the article talks about the 8 tips, right, on how to boost your site's video. What I kind of liked about this article, and I have the wrong link, there, I'm going to provide you with the right link, is the fact that it's the video definitely is growing, and if you look at it, some statistics that they've shown is that 64% of all internet traffic, according to Cisco, is coming, makes up, is part of video, right? It's forecasted to grow to 80% of all traffic by 2019. So as you can see, video is definitely on the up and up. So it's something important. So if your clients are still doubting about it and they don't find the usefulness, the efficiency of video content, well, just to let you know that the popularity of video has spread to advertising and marketing. So it goes beyond just native or organic type videos, but now into advertising and marketing, like I mentioned before, channels such as Vimeo, YouTube, etc. Mostly mainly YouTube because it's the primary one. Whereas eMarketer is estimating that 7.77 billion will be spent on online video advertising in 2015. So this is here, this is now. So spending on video advertising is going to almost double in the next 4 years to 14.38 billion, with mobile growing at an average rate of 65% each year. So even, let's say now what they call the quote unquote much maligned desktop will experience growth in video advertising at an average rate of 11.5% per year. Bottom line is, if your client, for example, their traffic is 75% desktop driven today, and even let's say in 2 years it becomes 50%, it lowers to 50, it lowers to 40% in mobile growth. But even with that, you can definitely see that it's very important that people start looking at video as a very important part of their marketing strategy, as well as to support their SEO efforts. Right. So as you can see in the graph below here in 2015, you kind of have the expected expenditure, and this was actually done by eMarketer, where you're looking at 7.77 billion. Obviously, the majority of this is coming from desktop at 5.15%. I hope you can see the screen there, and then the mobile 2.62. And as you move forward in 2016, you start seeing the growth where at one point, let's say 1, 2, 3, 4 years from now, where it's at 14.38 billion, you're going to see that pretty much about 49% of that video ad spending will come from to service or to serve on mobile devices and desktop. But as you can see, desktop continues to grow as well. So this is something, a very good screenshot that you can share with your clients in regards to the power of video and its growth potential, and what are the best ways to get them to use it. Okay. Now, other factors that you can consider, according to Forrester, it estimates that 1 minute of video equates to 1.8 million words of text in the message communicated. So again, very strong, powerful tool to deliver a message. Very effective. According to online publishers, it states that 80% of users recall watching a video ad in the past month, while a whopping 46% of those taking some follow-up action, such as looking for more information or visiting the advertiser's website. So as you can see now, whereas now you're looking at 80% recall the brand, recall the product, recall the service. So it's a branding exercise there, or it serves a branding exercise. From that, 46% actually took some sort of action because of that video. Okay, so all those YouTube videos that you see, for example, right? I mean, just to put into perspective, are actually very helpful. they're very helpful. By I mean is actually they're very efficient, and they actually serve the cause of driving traffic, driving action, call to action, conversions, for any specific client, right? So that's pretty high, according to the LSA, so which is uh, uh, a very good entity. They actually surveyed 2,000 consumers and found that 44% of buyers view an online video while searching for local products and services. So again, they may view these just, they may be viewing these videos they may be looking for actual video testimonials, right? What other people have to say. They may be looking for how-tos, right? How does this product work? How does it help? Right? And 53% of viewers contacted the business after watching a video. So if you look at this, it's very 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 good stats here. 51% visited the business website and 33% visited the store. So now video definitely, with these numbers is giving you an indication that it plays and it definitely it's a tool that can drive traffic, drive conversions, drive action, right? So definitely something that you should be looking with your client. 71% of viewers ended up making a purchase. Okay, so just like reading supports sometimes our buying habits or the purchasing habits, well, now obviously video is very important. So this is the effectiveness of video. Very very good article on Search Engine Land. I mean, obviously, in the beginning it talks about a lot of different things on video, and then it gives you the 8 tips. But I took away these stats because these are definitely stats that you should be sharing with your clients. If you find that they've hit a bit of a ceiling or stagnating in their SEO or their overall digital marketing strategy, and you're looking for something new, and you probably talk to your client about it and they still haven't moved towards, well, here it gives you enough information, enough ammunition. Let me just copy and paste for that for you. Enough ammunition to share with them and say, look, maybe we should be looking at video. And I'm going to get into the topic of cost in a few seconds, because I know that that's one of the things that clients may not be too happy about or may not understand. So they also need to be educated on that. So here it's a very interesting graph. Usage of online video during the path to purchase. Very powerful graph here, where it really definitely tells you that view an online video prior to a purchase in the past month. Right. This was obviously by the local search association, the LSA, and it was based on 2,000 adults as a foundation, right, as their base to do this. So out of these 2,000, 44% view an online video prior to a purchase in the past month. So it's not an instant, perhaps. Video perhaps it just helps you at the top of the funnel, right? Not at the bottom. Maybe sometimes it does because it just kind of pushes your consumer or your customer to cross the line. But you can see that average number of ads view 3.8. After viewing an online video, contacted the company, like I mentioned, 53%. Contact by phone, contact via email, right? So very, very good. So this also tells you that it's not only for B2B, but also for B2C, because when you're looking at retail, 33% of these individuals actually visited the store after watching the video, and out of that, you know what, I made a purchase. Now, made a purchase same day. Interesting enough as well, at the same time that, like I mentioned, it helps you cross the line, 51%. So it does help from that sense. So in a second, I will show you the graph. Again, I don't know why I keep pressing the pause button. So as you can see here, very interesting graph for you to even share with your clients. It's based on a study of 2,000 adults in the US, right? So definitely some really, really good numbers here that will definitely sell you or help you sell the case of video marketing or even video for SEO. Okay, excellent. So and you can find this graph, and I think they have two other interesting graphs on that link that I just posted on chat for you to review. So where is the opportunity here? Where does the opportunity lie for us? Well, mainly for your clients, but also for the consultants. Number one, according to the LSAA, 47% of respondents cited lack of budget as an obstacle. So 47% of SMEs, SMBs interviewed, they mentioned that it's lack of budget, and 45% they lack in-house expertise to create compelling content. However, there are various things that we can do. Number one, the price of online video production is dropping drastically due to the technology required to shoot, edit, and distribute online video. So whereas a video in the past could cost thousands of dollars, you could be looking at, creating a very well thought out video, within a range of, I would even say $2,500 to $4,500, such as the case of this successful example. And you can actually share this example with your clients. The Dollar Shavers Club promotion that actually went viral. The video cost was 4,500, so 4,500 US dollars, and it generated 12,000 orders within 48 hours. Now this is one of those, you can call them, uh, extreme cases per se, or one-hit wonders, right? But again, even if you were to get half of that, or even to have 1/4 of that, right? It's still, it generated business, and I'm pretty sure the company got their ROI. Now that was 3 years ago. Today the video has almost 20 million views, which tells you that that same video still rolling. It's people are still viewing it, etc., and is generating some long-term ROI for the client. Obviously, the client can say, well, I'm going to go do it myself, and I'm going to produce a video and do it myself, and I'm going to put it on YouTube and see what happens. No, this is where you as a consultant can definitely work with your clients to develop to develop a video strategy for them, where you combine even perhaps paid advertising, SEO, and social media initiatives to advertise that video, right? And again, it has to be well thought out. So they actually give some very good ideas to use simpler video formats that are more affordable. Number one, animation is very popular and can be kept simple. So whiteboard videos, explainer videos. I've actually shared with you one of the videos that we completed recently. I have a new one that we completed for one of our companies in the mobile space, and it's actually 2 minutes long. Now you can have videos that are 60 seconds, 2 minutes long, but you know what? It definitely helps to share a message across with video. As long as it's kept simple, you can actually use animation. Other ways are photo montages. They create a flow without movement, and parallax technology creates motion from still photos. So with that, you can use tools such as Animoto, right, to create a simple professional looking video that can be used, like I said, for an SEO purpose, but as well for an overall marketing objective, right? Another key thing that you want to do is keep videos short. A study released by this year from Microsoft revealed that people have shorter attention spans than goldfish. Only. So basically 8 seconds. Our attention span is 8 seconds. Yet it is surprising how much information can be communicated in a short time via video. So as opposed to reading an article that's going to take you about 3 minutes to read and get to the real nitty gritty, within 60 seconds, you can actually share a message, a strong message with your consumer base. Cut the script. In some cases, I would say with this one, you have to be a little bit careful. You want to make sure that you do have a well-rounded script, but since the video communicates so much on its own visually, sometimes you don't even need a script for it. Now, we're talking about a professional script where you have to have a script writer, and that's what costs money as well. So if you don't have a script writer, just have a storyboard, a general storyboard, and that communicates the message, that is professional, logical, sequential. Maybe you are doing a bit of outside of the box ideas in your video, but at the end of the day, it doesn't have to be boring. But you don't have to pay ideally, I mean, you should, you don't have to pay a script writer if you can't. I mean, if you can, yeah, better, right? Because you'll have a professional doing this. But if your client wants to cut that, okay, cut the script to save a little bit of money. And the other thing that you want to do as a consultant is bundle your services. So just as you're selling a new website, landing pages on any type of SEO, social media, paid advertising, you also want to at the same time add this to your services. In the case of adaptive SEO, the actual making of a video is not part of it, right? So the production of a video. However, the distribution component is there. So all your client will need to do is obviously spend a few $1,000s creating a video. Now, the best way to do this is to try it. And the first time, if you don't get the results, don't scrap it. So, make sure that you have a good foundation, a good strategy from a story, how you're going to do that, whether it be animation, photo montage, right, etc. How are you going to distribute that video, right? So make sure you have a bit of a strategy to get that. However, huge opportunity, as you can see, if we were to go, back to this, it's really, I mean, this graph alone, or this image alone, screenshot alone, tells you a lot about the opportunity with video. So again, something that you should keeping an eye on, and continue to educate your client on it. The next is really something that I wanted to share with you. It came out, I think, about a few days back. Is a Moz search engine ranking factors. I will bring it up because it's a pretty intense report that they completed. But what I'm going to do also at the same time is I'm actually going to share the the actual link with everyone. And if you just give me a second, let me just share my screen. Okay, here we go. So basically, the ranking factors is something that Moz releases on a yearly basis, and for some of the SEO gurus or SEO enthusiasts in our webinar, this is something that we all wait for, right? I know that some of our team members they're really looking forward to learning more about the search engine ranking factors that Moz releases, because they're pretty valuable, that provide us with enough information. And obviously, we looking at the fact that Moz doesn't do it alone. They actually survey over 150 leading search marketers who provided expert opinions on over 90 ranking factors. So there's definitely a science to it. Okay. As a matter of fact, this year, Moz partnered with several data partners to enhance the study, including similar web domain tools and Ahrefs. Ahrefs, right? So definitely, if somebody wants to look at the whole data, it's available online. If you really want to kind of dig deep, but just wanted to show you an infographic that talks about what the experts have to say. At least over 150 experts to rate the influence exerted by broad areas of ranking factors on Google's core search algorithm. So I'm going to share this with you. And basically, just looking at this, you can see that each area was rated on a scale of 1 being the least influential to 10 being the highest influential. And definitely, you can see here, domain level link features very high on the list. Page level link features very high. So domain and page authority very, very high, very important. Keyword and content based features is number 3. Keyword agnostic features, engagement and traffic query data, and all the way to page level social metrics being at the lowest. Okay, having said that, this is why in our adaptive SEO strategy we follow social media as a component, and I believe we only have I think it's about 25% of efforts, or less than 25% of efforts. I think it's about 15% of our efforts are in social media, but it's still a very important component. Okay, so definitely this kind of gives you a bit of the, I don't want to say the secret sauce, because this is according to what the experts are saying, 150 of them, but I'm pretty sure if you can follow their recommendations, and you'll see that. So let's look at domain level link features based on link. So the domain level link features, how do you get stronger? Well, it's based on link citation metrics such as quantity of links, trust, domain level page rank. Again, people who are saying the link building is dead, think again. It's not. You have to have a good quality link building structure set in your SEO strategy. Page level link features. Now you're looking at page rank, right? Now, obviously, Google's page rank is dead, but the whole concept of page rank authority, very important. Obviously, quantity of link, root domains, links, anchor text distribution, quality, the spamming of link sources. So again, it has to do with your link building. Page level keyword and content based features, content relevance scoring, on page optimization of keyword usage. So all of your on page, the quality of your on page, right? That's very important. Content quality, quantity, and relevance. Those are key things that are at number 3. Number 4, keyword agnostic features. Again, part of our adaptive SEO strategy. Content length, readability, open graph markup, which is part of adaptive SEO. Load speed, it's number 4. Structured data markups, which is very important as well, and HTTPS. Number 5, you're looking at engagement and traffic query data. Okay, so you're looking at data, SERP engagement metrics, or search engine result pages metrics, clickstream data, visitor traffic usage signals. So these are going to be your popular pages. Quantity, diversity, strong click-through rate of queries, both on the domain and at the page level. Okay, so you can definitely optimize to the overall domain name as well as single or specific pages. Okay, very important. Offline. The next one is domain level brand metrics. So you're looking at offline usage of brand domain name, mentions of brand domain names in news, media, press, toolbar, browse data of site usage, entity associations. Number 6 is very interesting for a number of reasons. Number 1, it kind of goes supporting the fact of local citations, because some of the local citations may not allow you to have a backlink, but just a citation, right? So local citations are very key. But also I want to add here, we get a lot of inquiries in regards to PR, and people saying, is PR still valuable? Well, it is. It's how you use it, right? It's where you're getting that PR. So proper PR strategy is also important, and we always continue to push that at ALM. I know, so do other suppliers in the network. I know some of them don't, and that they have their own strategy, I guess, their own SEO methodology on that. But we still believe that the use of PR is still important. Obviously, it has to be relevant, right? And it has to be helpful. It's not just about creating PR for creating PR. It has to have a purpose, an objective. So that's important. Domain level keyword usage, exact match keyword domains, partial keyword matches. It's another factor. Number 8, domain level keyword agnostic features such as domain name length, top level domain extensions, SSL certificate. It's also key. It's number 8. And number 9, you're looking at social metrics. So quantity and quality of tweeted links, Facebook shares, Google pluses to the page. Again, interesting factor here. A couple of things that I want to share with you. Number 1 is you want to have a good quantity, quality backlinks from Twitter to your website that are relevant and that are optimized, properly. Number 2, proper Facebook sharing. That's very important. And to those individuals that now say that Google Plus is almost dead, you know what? According to these 150 experts, that is still a component. Okay, it may not be a number 1 component, but it is part of the overall uh, um, strategy. From my perspective, I mean, I kind of like this ranking factors because it really confirms some of the things that we're doing as in our SEO strategies, because it touches upon all of these different things. Okay, so if you ever have any of your clients really question what you're doing, hey, you can always refer them to Moz. Moz is a very reputable organization, and this report will definitely give you a lot of data to go. I mean, I'm not going to go into the data because it's a lot of different things that you can go into. I mean, it's really if you're looking for something specific, but just to kind of give you a correlation for this report, Moz analysis was of 17,600 keyword search results from Google.com. So it's a good sample data, right? It's a good base. So definitely be able to review this and even if possible share with your clients that may be interested in it, specifically those clients that you know what, they like to they know a little bit about SEO enough to be lethal, be dangerous. So anyhow, just towards the end of our webinar, and definitely wanted to have a look at that. And if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to us. We have a few Moss enthusiast in our team, so I'm pretty sure they'll definitely be able to fill you in. Just a reminder, I wanted to keep this going. Working on a couple of projects right now to finalize, but ALM right now is officially a certified product consultant. Salesforce. Pardot is basically the marketing, one of the marketing automation tools that integrates into Salesforce. So it will definitely be a new opportunity for WSI. I had a question last week in regards to, can Pardot uh, um, integrate to other CRMs. Typically, the goal, because Pardot is owned by Salesforce, is Salesforce would rather have that integration rather than another type of CRM. However, it is possible. From our perspective, our goal at ALM is to work with Pardot and configure it, create a program for the end client that will allow them to be successful and integrate into their Salesforce. Okay, so now if there's a Salesforce implementation, we have partners that we work with that can do that component. But for now, we're focusing on the marketing automation part of Pardot. Okay, so definitely a new opportunity for ICs, and there's more to come at Global Convention. But definitely very exciting times for us because it allows ICs to go after clients after a new area, a new opportunity, B2B clients that are focusing on marketing automation. Okay, Amalia, any final thoughts from your side? I know that Amalia wanted to kind of share a little bit more about the promotions, and we do have some promotions that we are running this month. If you have any questions, definitely feel free to connect with Amalia or myself, Amalia at WSILM.com, or myself, Armando at WSILM.com. And don't forget to rate us in K2. Give us a thumbs up. We want to always continue to grow our webinars. Amalia?
Yes, I just want to thank everybody, and just a quick reminder that we do have our promotions running up until October 31st. Once again, please contact myself or Armando for any promotion details. We'd love to help you, and hopefully, we could make a couple of sales there for you guys. Okay?
Yeah,
Good.
excellent. Thank you. Have yourself a great week. And we'll definitely be in touch with you next week. And any questions, feel free to email them to us. Have yourself a great week. Thank you for
Thank
joining
you.
us.